All right, we'll start in 1 minute. Start in 1 minute. All right, guys, let's get started. Welcome to the live session, March 25th, 2026, and let's get going. All right, so let's take a look at ES. All right, so here we go with ES. Right off the bat, we do have this bullish divergence here on the daily that happened Monday, right? Monday, right? Today is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So it happened about Friday, Monday. Okay, got that bullish divergence on the daily. Okay, we're still in this megaphone pattern or this wedge here, this falling wedge here. Not that actually, no, it's not a. It's not. It's more. It's more of a megaphone pattern. I'm sorry for saying that. But let's see. One, two. So here's what I'm looking at. Okay, I see the bullish divergence. I see that we can't get past the 200 SMA. I mean the 200 SMA right here. We lost it. Okay, we hit our target, our green area. Okay, we hit our target perfectly on that 6,487.33. Hit that, and then we came back up, and we just can't get past this 200 SMA. We've hit it 3 times already. Okay, and we made an indecision candle, and this is definitely a indecision candle right here. This is just a doji. This is definitely an indecision candle. We did have a piercing line reversal here, but we didn't get any follow through. Okay, so let's go into the 4 hour chart and see what that's looking like here. Okay. All right, so we see that we're holding that 6603 support area. That used to be this support here. Okay, we came back, hit that, came inside. Now we're hitting this. This is a 4 hour chart. Now we do have a bull flag on here. But as many of you know, when I talk about bull flags and when I talk about how the stock is forming a bull flag, I tell you the longer the flag, the weaker the bull flag, right? And so we essentially started this flag and we got under support. Okay, and this would be support of bull flag right here, 66.38. We got under it. Okay, we were weak. Now we're back above it, and now we're holding it. Okay, so we have that bull flag. Okay, RSI is right at 50. It was above a little bit, but now it's just at 50 flat. We do have a squeeze forming. All right, we do have that potential, but the flag is pretty long. Flag is getting long, and that makes it weaker. So that's not essentially what we like to see on a very strong flag, right? So let's go into the hourly here. Okay. So what's the deal, right? Well, here's the deal. We tested that 200 SMA 3 times already, and we failed to get through it. Okay, we got to squeeze on the hourly. We got to squeeze on the 4 hour. Okay, that 200 SMA is at 6665.89. Okay, 6665.89. All right, 6665.89. 6665.89. We'll just do that red for the 200 SMA. All right. So, come back down here. Okay. We see that 200 SMA is been holding that down. Holding price down. Okay, so we got to get through that. So we are kind of making a little cup and handle bull flag pattern, maybe a very little inverse head and shoulder, but we're not following through. We're not following through on ES. You know, we chopped all day yesterday. We chopped all day today. You know, we're in this box right here between the 200 SMA and daily support, and we're just bouncing in between those two. Now, what's gonna happen? Well, like I said before, let's go back to the daily. Breakout there. Just take this, clear some of this up for us. All right. Okay. All right. So as I said before, let me fix this screen for you. Okay. All right. So as I said before, I think that we're in a wave 4, and then we're gonna get to a wave 5 down. Now that may happen, that may not. This could have been our wave 4 right here, which I doubt though. I really doubt that was. I highly doubt that. And then, say this is our wave 5 because it has that bullish divergence. Could have been. It could have been on maybe our 4-hour chart. Could have been that. We have a lot more action going on our 4-hour chart than we do our daily. So this would be our 3, and then this would be our 4, and this would be our 5. This would be our wave 1, 2, and then so if we break out, if we end up, if this is our wave 5 down here with that bullish divergence, and we end up breaking out here, then this is going to be a hard and long breakout all the way to probably 6,900. So, and I'm not saying it's going to happen in one day. It's gonna create a trend. So the trend needs to be broken here at 67.50. Okay, so 67.50. We'll just do that 67.50. Okay, if we end up breaking that, you know, obviously we're gonna break the downtrend, and if we break the downtrend and we break that 67.50, then you know, we're gonna be heading to that 6,900, you know, 6,950 area. It's gonna take off to that. Okay, so one of two things, right? You know, we hit our targets on the downside that we were targeting. Might have been that wave 5 on the 4-hour chart. On the daily chart, it's not really looking like it to me. But if we don't break out of this area here, if we do not push this bull flag through this area of 67.50, then, you know, we're gonna head down here to 63.63. Okay, that's gonna take the market down there, 63.63. You know, there's a couple things in the market that I'm seeing that is making me think maybe that this is gonna be that setup for that push all the way to 6,900. You know, market's chopping around. It's not falling as we want. It keeps getting bought up a little bit. You know, of course, everything right now is news driven a little bit, but I'm just not seeing that weakness that I was seeing over here. You know, we dropped, okay, we popped, and then we drop, pop. Pop, drop. Here we're more chopping around, kind of setting a ground here. We're setting a base. That's what I want to say. We're setting a base. So in setting a base, we're either gonna drop it all the way down here, and then we'll buy it up down here, or here we're gonna set it up. We're gonna test this downtrend, and break that 67.50. And if we break that 67.50, we're going to 6,900 and 69.50. Okay. So this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm seeing. If this happens, you know, obviously we're going to get a big breakout from SPY and the whole market in general. Now if we drop, we can't break that 665.89. That's 6665.89. Then you know, we're the drop is going to happen once we lose this 6600. Once we lose that 6600, we'll come back to 64.87. We lose that, and then we're going to 63.63. Okay. So, you know, right now, looking at the 4-hour, the 4-hour looks a lot better than the daily. The daily not there, but as well, I have to, you know, understand the fact that the daily does have that bullish divergence. Okay, the confirmation for this reversal didn't hit, but if we get closer here, and we're getting closer and closer. So here's that previous channel here. Okay, I'll extend it to the right. There's that previous downtrend channel. We got out of it. Okay, now we get back inside of it. We're trying to get back inside of it, but it's right there. It's mixed with the 200 SMA right there and the channel. Okay, I'll change this. I'll change this channel's color so you guys can see it better. Change it to purple. All right, so purple channel. Okay, and then the blue is the megaphone pattern. So we're battling the megaphone pattern downtrend. We're battling the 200 SMA as well. And then we got to get through the 20 SMA as well. Because in order for us to break out, we have to make a higher high than this high. And this high was 67.48. So we gotta go higher than 67.48 in order to break the downtrend, the 200, the 20 SMA, and the breakout to head to 68.50, 6900, 69.50. Okay. So that's what we're looking at on the daily. It looks like it still wants to come down. The 4 hour, it's setting up like it wants to possibly attempt to break out. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at, the overall market in ES. Okay, so I believe tomorrow or Friday, because we only have we only have a little bit of space right here if we're going to break up, right? So if we're going to go down, we could do that Monday. We could drop down. Doesn't matter, because we're going to, at least as long as we don't break out, then Monday we could come all the way down. Friday we could come down as well. But I'm saying if we want to break this downtrend and we want to break to the upside, then I think Thursday or Friday. I'm actually leaning towards tomorrow to see if we happens. Because we didn't do anything yesterday, because we didn't do anything today, I'm thinking that we're gonna get, and if we do break out tomorrow, we're gonna get a continuation Friday. We will. If we break out the downtrend and the moving averages tomorrow, we're gonna get Friday continuation. Okay, because if this 4 hour chart. If this 4 hour chart is telling us, hey, this is a possible bull flag, and we're done with this drop here, and these targets were solid, and we're not going any lower, then this is going to be a setup for a wave 3 run, and the wave 3 run is going to run straight up towards 69.50. It's going to keep going. It's going to take all these candles and just grab them all over here. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. So our key numbers that we're looking at, 67.50 or 67.48 to break for the run up, and to break for the run down is 6,600. If you wanna take this low here, it's gonna be 67. It's gonna be 65.73.50 to break that low there. And if that happens, we would come down to 65.50, 64.87, and then our big number here is 63.63. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Upside, we're looking for 67.48. Downside, we're looking for 67 or 65, 65.73.50. Okay. And then in between, we just chop. Okay, nobody likes chop. Chop gets, scalpers like chop, but otherwise, it kills everything longer term. Okay. All right, so that's ES. Okay. So that's ES. It's the same thing that SPX is. So SPX, same idea. All right. All right, so let's review one more time. Megaphone pattern, bullish divergence on the daily. Reversal pattern, didn't get clarification, didn't get confirmation. We have the 200 SMA right here at 6665.89. We can't get through it. Okay, tomorrow we need to get through it, and then we need to get through 67.48. All right. All right, let's go check out SPY. All right, SPY. Now for SPY, we don't have no bullish divergence. No bullish divergence. It looks like it's trying to set one up though on another drop. We could probably set a bullish divergence up, but so far no bullish divergence here. Stochastics is turning around that it wants to go up. The key thing that makes me think of the reversal here is this pattern here, which is a Morningstar reversal. So we have our downtrend. Okay, we made a low. Okay, and then we popped up, rejected the 200 SMA, came down, made a low again at that 651, and then we popped back up, tested that 200 SMA again. So that little pattern right there is what we call a Morningstar reversal. So this Morningstar reversal here, this pattern here is telling us that we're bottomed out because we're in a downtrend. We dropped to a support area and then we gapped. So we gapped down, but then we gapped up. So that's telling us that the sellers are exhausted and they want to start running back up. But the only problem here is that 200 SMA right here is not allowing passage. That 661, 660, it was 669, it was 660.69 yesterday. Now it's 661 today. Okay, because it's rising up. All right. All right. So now let's go take a look. So that's our daily setup, right? And for our daily, SPY needs a break 662.62 in order to break the downtrend and break the downtrending line for the megaphone and the downtrend. So 662.62, we break that, then we go here, we go to 670. Okay, and then from 670 we're going to 677. Okay, and then 677 we're going to 680. Okay, and then we'll go to 686. So if we do get that breakout, then we'll run. Go to a 4-hour chart. And we see here we have similar pattern of ES or S&P 500. Okay, but now here, okay, so this high is 666.82. So that's what we have to break for that bull flag on that 4-hour, 1-hour pattern. And if we do break that, 677 is where we're going to be heading. Okay, we break that downtrend, 677.22. We go there. Okay, we're looking at this. RSI is at 50. Squeeze is forming. All right. We are still stuck in this sideways pattern, though. Okay, so for this one, if we lose 650, we're going to drop off. Come down to 641, 630. Okay, 630 is like our 663 on ES. Okay, if we lose that 650, we go 641. Okay. Just like we did here after hours. You know, we go back there, revisit. If it holds, it holds. If it doesn't, we go 630. Okay. Now, we're up at the upper end here of this consolidation. So this consolidation is right here, right in the middle. 655.75. That's the middle of that consolidation. We're at the upper end of that consolidation. Okay. So the upper end of that consolidation, it's messing with the upper end of the box. So if we break out of that box, you know, we go to 688 or 668. 668. Okay, if we go to 668, then we're going to go to 677. We'll go to 677.22 over there. So if this does break out, we're going to go a lot higher than that. We'll go 680, 681, 690. Okay, and we'll run back up to all-time highs. If we could break out, okay, that's if. Remember, the 200 SMA is acting like a wall. Okay, that's if this sets up and we break out. If it's a solid breakout, it's above 666.82. Okay, that is the once we break that 666.82, that is the go calls long hard. Okay, 666.82. Okay, go calls. I'll just say go calls hard. There you go. All right, so that's going to be the breakout. Go hard on calls. Right, yeah. Go hard on calls. Okay, and then we're going to take that, duplicate that, come down here, and we're going to go hard on puts below 649.88. So we got a level to go hard on calls. We got a level to go hard on puts. Okay? And every in between is chop. Chopping around. Okay, if we get above that 662.84, then that's a good sign that we're going to test that 666.82. If we break that out, then that's a solid I mean, it's telling you that we're going to go and go to 690 again. Okay, so you know that we could get rid of all puts if that happens. Okay, so that's pretty much it, right? We're in this sideways consolidation. We're not out of the woods yet. We're below the 200 SMA. We break the 6682. We go hard on calls. We break this 649.88. We go hard on puts. Okay. In between, we stay neutral. We have calls and puts. We got calls that are long, and we got puts that are long. We got to stay neutral. Buy the puts you like, buy the calls you like. Okay, when you break this up, 666.82, you could buy any calls. They're gonna run up. Okay, SPY, QQQ, any of your favorite stocks, they're gonna run up. Okay, we break 649.88. You know those puts, any puts you want. You know, I always like to go for puts on weak stocks, calls on strong stocks. Okay. All right. So, I'm hoping that's pretty clear on what the strategy is. That's what our strategy is right now. Since we're in this chop area, you know, after hours, SPY's not really doing much. You know, tomorrow we could have a headline news in the morning or something like that takes this up or down. Okay, but on the daily, I'm still liking down. On the lower time frames, 4 hour, 1 hour, you know, it's not as clear. Okay, because I like it up. I like it up on the 4 hour for sure. I like it up because it's holding and that bull flag is still intact. But it is getting longer. And if we do consolidate another day, Friday's going to be even longer. And that's going to make it even weaker. And then that's going to just... If we go all the way to Friday, still consolidating here, then that's going to tell me on Friday, most likely, we're going to drop. We're going to drop. And, you know, whatever. The faster we drop, the faster we can recover. So I won't complain if we drop Friday. Okay, then we could turn around and run it up. That's fine. But like I said, if we don't do nothing tomorrow, Friday, most likely because of the flag is so long, Friday we might drop it off. Okay. Now, if we don't do that, if tomorrow comes up, we have some headline news, and we try to break out, most likely, we're done, and it's gonna break out. Okay. That's most likely what's gonna happen. All right. So tomorrow we either break up, Friday we break down. That's what's it's signaling to me. Signaling to me. So that's what I'm thinking. All right. RSI right on the 50 area. So this could go both ways as well. So we see here we rejected, came back down. Here we're up for a little bit. Now we're rejecting. So we could easily stay down. We could easily stay down and then come back down and come down. Okay. All right. So that's SPY. That's the whole idea with SPY and QQQ. This is the thing. Tomorrow it has to confirm this pattern. So even though it's a self-confirming pattern, if we can't get past this 200 SMA, it's basically because this pattern is usually by itself. It's not usually with this candle. So, and this is one of the things that I'm like, okay, it's not clicking correctly with me how this pattern is set up, because we're in a downtrend, but now this could be just consolidation chop. So this might not be the pattern, but I can't just let it go just because it might be consolidation chop. So I got to treat it like it was the pattern. And if we do go tomorrow, we already know all our targets, right? So if we break out tomorrow, get it past the first area of 661, right? That's going to be above the 200 SMA. And even though these two got above it too and rejected at 662.84, that's going to be our next target. If we get through there's a high probability we're going to go to 666.89. And if we get through that, then we're going 670, 674, 677, 686, and back to 696. Okay. So this is the situation where we're at. All right. And of course, we break those puts down, we're going 641. That's 630 possibly, but 641.50 for sure. Okay. If we break that down. All right. So I hope that's understandable for everyone. I hope I broke it down pretty clearly on SPY and S&P 500. Okay. So now let's look at NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ. Okay. So NASDAQ here. All right, NASDAQ here. Little slight bullish divergence here. Slight one. I mean, it is a divergence, but it's very, very subtle. Okay, squeeze setting up, but it's almost neutral. Almost neutral. But here's the thing with this one. And I hate that it did this. But this was a descending triangle, and it fired down. Okay, it fired down. Okay, it hit this target and then came right back up. Okay, and it's blocking the 200 SMA as well. So we have that descending triangle. Okay, we fired it down, came back, bounced up. Now we're hitting that 200 SMA. So we're in the same boat as S&P 500. And we have a little divergence, right, on the daily. Now, stochastic's flat. Now, we all have experienced false breakouts before, right? We've had false breakouts up where, everybody's like buy, 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 and then it just comes back in and then tanks, right? We had that yesterday with PLTR. PLTR broke out, broke the highs of 160, went to 161, and then sold off all the way down to 153, right? False breakouts, right? So here we have a false breakout down, and now it's trying to come back up. Okay, this is the breakout point, 24,600. Okay, we came back, we broke down, right? Here we're trying to hold it. Okay, here holding it. This one held at 200. This one came back and got back in here, and then we broke down here. Okay, came back, testing that breakout. It's not letting us back in. Now the 200 SMA is being the wall. Okay. Now the same thing with this one. If we end up breaking back up, then this is gonna rip. This is gonna rip up like hard. Okay, because we have a false breakout down, and then we'll have a rip up. Okay, as if we do not get rejected here, because this is the breakout point, 24,600. So if we cannot get past that 24,600, then we're gonna come back down to this golden area right here. If we do get past that 24,600, and more importantly 24,771, then we go 25, 25,4, 25,7 to 26,000 and more, 26,400. We'll rip it up that fast. Not in one day, over the course of maybe, I think we're going to rip up fast. If we do reverse, it would be a course of over, I want to say 2 to 3 days. I think so. If we get, let's see, 1, 2, I would say 3 to 4 days. It depends on how big that breakout candle is. If that breakout candle takes us all the way to 25,400, on that big of a move from where we at 24,400, if we get 100-point move, or I'm sorry, 1,000-point move, if we get 1,000-point move, that would be crazy. But let me see, where is this one? This one was 24,4 all the way 25,2, so that was a 800-point. We could have 1,000-point day. We could have 1,000-point day on the Nasdaq. So it's not that crazy. So can we get it in 2-3 days? Yeah, but I would say 3 to 4 days we could get all the way back up. And the reason is because, all right, the same exact reason that we were talking about this bull flag. This is a wave 1. This is a wave 2. We break out this 24,757. We're going to get into a wave 3 on the 4-hour, which translates pretty much to a daily. And if that happens, we break the downtrend here. We get past this high here. We go to 25,400. Okay, and that's where our target. That's what our target would be. All right. So no bullish divergence here. But if we don't do that, if we don't break out and we don't do that, then we're coming down here. Okay. But it's trying to signal to me that it wants to hold this area. But again, I feel like tomorrow is a day that it either breaks out or Friday we sell out. So tomorrow we break up or Friday we sell out. Okay, that's That's what I'm getting the feel for, because again, this bull flag that's here, it's already long. It's already long, and it's already too long for my liking. But it's not long enough. But if it says another day of long, and it's longer than this here, if it's almost this, I mean, it's already pretty much longer than that, or it's probably as long as it. But if it gets more, and it's either double or 1.5, yeah, that's signaling to me that it's weak and we're gonna fall off. All right. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. On NASDAQ. All right, let's take a look at the Qs. All right. The Qs. Okay, so the Qs, what do we see here? Well, we have the same thing that is going on with SPY, right? We have that pattern right here. The gap down, indecision candle, gap up, another indecision candle, but we still gap up. So gap down, gap up, little candle in the middle. That's a Morningstar reversal. So the Morningstar reversal signaling, hey, we bottomed. Time to run up. Possibly. But again, it's not usually with this candle right next to it. So if we remove this and put it lower, then it would be perfect. It would be perfect Morningstar. But because it's right next to this candle, this could be consolidation. So this could not be a Morningstar, right? I mean, here we had that gap up, gap down, and then we fell. Okay, that's a evening star. Okay, and then here we have that gap down, gap up. That's a morning star. So we need that follow through. We need that follow through. We need it going that way. So if we get that follow through, we'll get above that 200 SMA at 593.71. We'll get above that 594.91, and we'll test the 20 SMA right at 599.60. And then if we're even that far, then just think we're going to take off, and we're going to be going to 615. 615 and 620 on the Qs. Okay? And that's for the same reason. This bull flag here. All right. So same reason. But again, if we don't do nothing tomorrow, I feel Friday we tank it. We drop it. Okay? Take it, we go that 575, we go 565. That's how I'm feeling about the overall markets on SPY and QQQ, the major ones. Okay, let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM. We're in the downtrend. Okay, we hit that 200 SMA. We got out of the downtrend, and then we hit that 253 almost on the dot, and put in a doji. Okay, so we got to get past this RSI 50, and this here we got to get past that 253.50, 253.30. If that happens, then we go 250 to 259. Okay, let's see here. So here we did complete a on IWM, we did complete a wave 4 and then a wave 5. So this could be setting up a nice wave 3, and this one will take us. That one will take us. Yeah, same side. That one's gonna take us over here to 263. Okay. Okay. So that's where we're projecting this area. So if we break out and look at how tight this is. So you see this bull flag is a little bit better, but it's still not firing yet. The breakout point is right here, 253.85. So if we can't break out that 253.85, this bull flag is going to get longer. Okay, it's long here. It's longer over here, but now we have another little bull flag. But again, if that doesn't do anything, it's going to get longer again. And then Friday, most likely drop. But if this could break out tomorrow, I'm feeling it has to break out tomorrow. We break out tomorrow, then we go up. Okay, we go up. We go up, and I mean, I see there's a little bullish divergence here as well. There's a bullish divergence here. As this low was lower, this one's higher. So we got that bullish divergence and a setup. Yeah, it's more looking like we're gonna rip up tomorrow than anything. SPY, QQQ, IWM. So this Monday was the change. Monday was the change, and then Tuesday and on Tuesday and Wednesday are the setups. Thursday's the run. Okay, so tomorrow's the run. All right, that's what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm wrong, but if we don't run on Thursday, then we know that Friday more likely the drop. Okay, so IWM, if we break out to 253.80, then we go 263. We'll have a nice gap and run if that happens. Okay, now DIA, which is telling you, which is kind of telling you, the market's kind of telling you that the IWM is strong. It broke out of the downtrend already. It's already trying to test the 20 SMA and the 100 SMA. It's telling you it's strong. It's the strongest one right now in the market. So small caps are the strongest overall tech in the markets, the S&P and the Dow as well. So the Dow 30, so the 2,000 small stocks are stronger than the overall markets. That's what it's telling you right now. Now DIA still in a downtrend. Okay, so here DIA dropped down and then popped up. That's a morning star. But here we didn't follow through. But then here we get another morning star, right? So we got one morning star, two morning star. See, now that's just consolidation. It's just consolidation because it's going sideways. So this was a morning star until this other morning star happened. Consolidation. Okay, and that could just keep doing that all day and do that. But I'm sure there's something on here that I'll see. Oh, look at that. Well, got a notification that Trump's going to hold cabinet meeting at 10 a.m. Thursday. So, what is that? What is that? Hey, that could be the run. That could be the run. Or, it could be the drop, but most likely, I'm saying tomorrow is going to be the run. So, that happens, you know the reason why. Okay, now DIA. Okay, DIA below it's the 200 SMA inside bearish channel still. Okay, almost hit that target that we were targeting. I'm sure it hit it on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, it hit it perfectly on the 4-hour chart. So again, same pattern as all of the indexes. Okay, same pattern. Okay, setting up. So what, Trump set this up Monday so he could run it on Thursday. All right. So set up that negotiation or whatever, whatnot on Monday so that he could throw it all together on Thursday. So this is what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like, at least. In order for DIA to break out, we need to get past at 468.65. You break out, we run, we break that downtrend. We're going to go 475. And then we're going to go 480. So break out that 468, 65. Then we go 475 and 480. Okay. So that is what we're looking at on DIA. All right. Same pattern across the boards. Okay. Same patterns across the boards. So tomorrow we're looking at, good thing we have this live today, right? Now we know tomorrow is the day that we're probably going to run. So now we set up in the morning for that possible run. Okay, and there's a couple stocks I'm already set up with that are going to benefit a lot from that run if we do. So we might have some big days tomorrow if that runs. So if it starts happening, we cut the puts and jump in the calls, let it run up, make all this money back that we've been kind of chopping around and losing, and seize the day, right? We got to seize that day. All right. Okay. All right, let's get into some stocks. APLD. All right, APLD. All right, so it's in chop zone. This is my indication of chop zone. Chop zone here. Okay, but looking at this right now, it looks like it has a possible inverse head and shoulders on a 4-hour chart. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not a pretty one, but it's definitely one. So we have the one shoulder, we got the head, and we got the long right shoulder. So if that breaks out, we go here and here for that inverse head and shoulders. So again, we're in chop zone. We got an inverse head and shoulders. We break out. You got to break out against that 30 or that 29.88. You break out. You hit 31.60 and 34. Okay, that's what it's looking like. All right, BA. All right. So again, BA has that same pattern, right? We have that fall back down. Then we have that morning star reversal pattern. So let's see. Does BA have that same thing on the? So we have that bull flag there. Yes, it's long. That long bull flag. All right. So what do we have to do on BA? Okay. So BA, we got a break. We got to break 201.69. We break 201.69, we go. Okay, where do we go? We get back into this channel, and then we go to 206, then we go 214. Okay, so BA missed its gap fill right here. What's that? High 189. Okay, 189. So yeah, 190 area. And we only got to 192.50. Okay. So we missed it by $2. Okay, missed it by $2. All right. And RSI is coming up. Stochastic wants to come up. It looks like it wants to go, but we have to break that 201.69. We break that 201.69, then we're going to go to the gap fill of 205.86 first, and then start heading up, running up to 214. That's what I'm seeing on BA. So if tomorrow's a big day, tomorrow's an up day, all this is gonna happen. If it's not, if it's a chop day, Friday most likely drop. Okay, tomorrow up. If not, Friday drop. That's what I want you guys to get in your head. If tomorrow's up, if not, Friday's drop. All right. Okay. Let's see what's next. TSEM. Right. All right. All right. This one, Tower Semiconductor. This one's flying off, taking off. Okay, so the consolidation broke out. It's a good breakout. Okay, we got to measure that breakout area. And we're right at it. So right at that breakout level, we're right above it. Now, I don't like these candles at the top of a trend. They're not my favorite. It always makes me a little doubty when I see them at the top of a trend. Now, it could mean one of two things. It could mean that the stock is so strong that it just keeps gapping up and doing nothing, and then gapping up and doing nothing, gapping up and doing nothing. Okay? Or it could mean it's burnt out and it's going to pull back. Okay? I do have a second target for this one at 224.88, which it could get. It's very strong stock. Very strong stock. And if the markets go tomorrow, it's more likely this will go as well. But if for some reason we don't do anything, I think this one pull back. Uh, 163. It'll pull back around 163.50. Okay, 163.50. 163 actually, 163. It can pull back to 163, consolidate there, set up, and then go higher. Otherwise, there's a lot of volume in this. A lot of volume on this breakout. It's a nice breakout. Okay, targets hit. Right? Target hits. Okay, it might pull back. It might hold this. But I think it still goes higher. Still goes higher. And 224. What was that? 224.88 is your next target. So this one, it would be buy the dip right there. If it drops. If it drops. Okay. All right. GLD. All right, GLD. All right, GLD had a nice pop. So did silver. We made some money on the silver calls that we had, the lottos. But let's see. So GLD. Okay. 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 Da, da, da. Most likely this is a retrace. Because I'm not seeing anything really on the lower time frames. It's just a random pop on here. I know on SLV we had the inverse head and shoulders. I wasn't really seeing any of that. Maybe a little tiny bit, maybe, but not really. On this one here, I think that we can still go higher. I think we could go all the way up to 444.25. I think we could go maybe even a little bit more to 452. I think we could go that high, and maybe even gap fill at a 457. 457. Um, yeah, I think we could revisit these. If we could get past that 100 SMA, I think we could revisit this area 450 on a GLD, and that's what the market's going, right? So yeah, I like it. All right, SLV. All right, SLV. All right, you see this big window right here? Okay, that's resistance right here at that 66.59. Okay, that's where I was thinking we would get over today. I held one lotto to see if we could get over that, but we didn't. Mm. But that little inverse head and shoulders fired. We hit that. That 67.57 was my target. It hit it after hours. I didn't see that. Um, but I was trying to see if we could get through that 66.59. We didn't. We started selling off, so I just gave it up. Those ones expired today. But how do I see it going now? I still think it still goes. I think that we're in a. See, here we can see a better, larger inverse head and shoulders. On the gold, I didn't see that. So here, I see it a lot. There's a shoulder here. We got the head here. And then we got the other shoulder building right here. So this one is definitely going to set up and go. And where's this one going to go? Let's see here. Let's see here. This one is going to go to about 79. About 79. So we're gonna go break out. We'll go to 63, 73.66. Then we'll go to 79. So yeah, setup looks great. So inverse head and shoulder on the 1 hour. Setup looks great. We break out. We go here. We go here. That's a big move. That's a big move. So silver calls, nice swing. Okay, I mean, if the market goes tomorrow, for whatever news, there's going to be a lot of nice swings. But I mean, this swing here, I think could hit within. That was an hourly chart that I was looking at, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't know how big this shoulder is going to be, so if it doesn't go, it might. But I think it holds 64, and then I think it comes up, and then I think it goes. I think it could go tomorrow. I think it holds. I think it stays at 64 all overnight, and then tomorrow when it opens, I think it starts setting up, and then it goes. So all after market and pre-market, I think it holds right there 64, and then we go and we run up. That is what I am. That is what I'm thinking happens right there. All right. So, what are we looking at then? What are we looking at? Let's see. Okay. So we said that we are looking at 73 and 79. 73 and 79. All right. 73 and 79. Okay, 73 and 79. So I would say you could swing some 67 calls. Okay, those are gonna bank. You could swing some 65 calls. Those will really bank, and they're not much different than the 67 calls. Okay, if you want to be far out, but I mean they're not really that much different. And this is May. This is May. So let's go back to April. April 17th, you could 65 calls. Those are decent. They're not that expensive. if you want some 70 calls, right there, $2 is half the price. Okay, you could do that. If you want to say it's an hourly chart, so it's gonna hit it within the next 7 days. It's probably gonna hit it by the. I'm not saying it's gonna hit 69 by Friday, but it's gonna hit. I'm probably gonna hit 73 by Friday, if not tomorrow. So these calls would be even better. Some 6450 calls. Okay, you get some 6550 calls. Some 67 calls. 70 calls even can be a lotto, nice lotto. Because if we hit 73 this week and we have a whole another week for these, and they're only 66 cents, that's really good. That's a really good deal. Really good setup. Really good stuff right there. All right. Yeah, I like those. I like the 70 for next week. I like the 6450 for next week. I like the 6550 for next week. I like the 67 for next week. And the 63 I would do for next week as a lotto. I would say it's a extreme lotto, but I'm targeting 73 this week. If that inverse head and shoulder fires, I think we'll get 70, no problem, tomorrow or by Friday. I mean by Friday. Oh shoot, sorry. By Friday. Trade. There we go. So those ones look good. Okay, now you want like some real lottos for Friday. I would definitely get 66 calls. Okay, anything under $1. So those are the ones right under $1. Because if you want lottos for this Friday, 67, 58 cents, those are good. 68 cents, those are good. 70, those are gonna be good if we hit 73 by Friday. I mean, yeah, we could load up on that. You could do some life-changing things right there, if you want to risk that, right? If you want to go for the for sure stuff, or the higher probability stuff, then you go 67 and lower. If you want to go with the crazy returns, you're gonna go with these ones, 70 and below. If you want to get really wild, I mean, there's no point in going any lower than 71, because then it's this is 10 cents. So the mid is 10 cents for 71, and this is what, 8 cents. This is 7 cents. There's not much of a difference. $1 or $2. I would get the higher. I would actually just go 70. Actually, I wouldn't go anything less than 70. It's 14 cents. 70, 50, 12 cents. No. I would go, it's $140 for 10. If you want to go large, someone do 1,000, right? You get 100, and it's at $1,400. And that if that hits to $1, you just made a ton. And the setup's there. The setup is there. So the setup is there. So that's a very good one. So, set that up. Boom. I mean, I'm gonna grab some of those for sure. I'm gonna grab some of those for tomorrow. All right, spend too much time on this. All right. But yeah, we got that set up. If you guys want a little bit longer time, the April 17th, all day, any of these. Anything 70 and under, all day. And then you just hold it to to 79, we get there, you'll make bank on all those. Okay, all those. So what do you want to get stopped out at? What do you think under 60? I mean, it still could be the inverse head and shoulders, but under 59, 60, then you're probably having issues. It could always turn around, definitely, but I don't think it goes that low. I think it holds 64, and then it goes. I mean, we'll see, but either way, this could be a nice play, a very nice play. All right, very nice play. Should have got some of those yesterday as well when I got the 63 calls. All right. All right, CRWV. All right, CRWV. We've been talking about this one all month, right? All month since this Morningstar reversal, okay? And then we came down here, held it, and then we ran it back up. So what are we doing? We're trying to break out. How many times have we tried to break out? 1, 2. Okay, third one's the charm. Okay, RSI above 50 and going. Volume looking crazy good. Okay, stochastics squeeze. All right, now remember what I told you guys on the monthly chart. Remember what I told you guys. Remember what I told you guys about this candle. I said we have to close the month at least above 86.55. Okay, but I said most likely we'll close the candle above 93 or 92.55. Okay, I said we're going to close it above that because we're going to do a bullish engulfing. And we might even go higher to 98 or 102 because we're breaking the downtrend. So this candle, we could go to the video that I said this in. I said we're probably going to be like this. I said maybe even like this. Okay? Maybe. I mean, if we break out tomorrow and we get 92, 93, Friday we might get 100, and then Monday and Tuesday, right? Because we got until Tuesday for the month, right? Yeah, we got Monday and Tuesday. So Tuesday we could easily go by 110. We could easily be at 110 by Tuesday. Okay, easily. We could be by 110 by Monday. But Tuesday, for sure. So all these gains right here are possible. Okay, they're possible. But I've been saying that since 2 weeks ago? I said that, we gap down and then we're going to do a bullish engulfing and then we're going to break the downtrend. So we're probably going to go 103 to 110. Okay. Now, what are we seeing right here? Okay, well, we try to break out today the downtrend, and we got caught at the 50 SMA. We got caught here, we dropped. We got caught here, okay? But we're clearing the 100, and we're clearing the downtrend. All right, so we got to break out. Okay, that breakout level here, we got to break out. This is a bull flag itself, and we kind of rejected that bull flag right there. So, but what did I show you guys in the hourly, right? The hourly chart. Here, let me fix this. All right, the hourly chart, we broke out the downtrend. We come back tested it, held it, and look, we got a perfect bull flag. Perfect bull flag on the 1 hour. We go on the 4 hour chart, and we got a nice little bull flag forming there, holding above 87. That's what we need to do. We break that out. We go 90, 91, 60. Okay. And then above that 90, 91, 60 is that 92 level that we be talking about that we need to close this month above in order to get a bullish engulfing. Now, if we could get that tomorrow, you don't think we'll get 100 by Friday? I think so. If we could get 92.55 above tomorrow, if that happens, if this bull flag fires, we should be getting 91.68 at least. And then Friday we could, get 92 or 93, whatever. But if we could get that by this week, I think we could definitely get 100, 110 by Monday. Okay. So if that happens, I mean, look at all this consolidation. We're already above it and we're holding above it. All we have to do is continue. Okay, and what is this? This is a bullish continuation pattern. So as long as we hold above this level, we're going to go higher. Okay, so this is a beautiful setup. Beautiful setup. And we got a squeeze firing to the upside already. I think that this one is a good solid play. And because we're on the downtrend and we're breaking the downtrend, and once we start breaking the downtrend, we're going to start making a new uptrend. I believe that we will go to 130, 140 in probably the next, I probably think we'll probably go there by August. If not sooner. I mean, we're March, April, May, June, July. Probably June, July, maybe even could get there, depending on how much momentum we get in this breakout. So, I mean, I got some conservative 130 calls for January, but I think we hit it way before that. But even if we hit it by then and it keeps going, I'm probably just going to hold it, and we'll probably go to 160 by the end of the year. And that's double. That's gonna double up its price. And it all depends on how big the breakout is that we get. Because if we get what I'm thinking about on the monthly breakout here, we get that bullish engulfing and we break the downtrend. My next stop is 135, and that's probably gonna be in a month or two. So March, April, May, June. Yeah, June. So June could happen. So if that happens there, possibly 160 by the end of the year. Easy, I think. Easy. So those 130 calls will be a banger, a 5-banger, 6-banger, maybe 7-banger. And that's gonna be those are the leaps that you want to get, right? Those are the leaps that have the potential to 5, 10x. And if you do, you just got to be discipline and hold them, because you're going to be up 300%, 400% wanting to cash them out. But the only way you get to those 1,000% is if you hold them while they're running. And it's a hard thing to do, I know. But anyways, this looks great. And the hourly looks great. Everything looks great. If the market runs tomorrow, this is a perfect candidate because it's set up to run tomorrow. Okay, and this is a nice bull flag. It's not a long old giant bull flag like all the other ones. It's a 1-day bull flag. It's not a 3-day bull flag, 2-day bull flag. Okay, so looks good. I think it's gonna be a hot one. I think it's gonna be a hot one. I think we're probably gonna get. We got 5% today. If we do get that breakout, we'll probably have over 10%. I want to say we'll get over 10%. Easy. So, yeah, I think we'll get over 10% on here. So, if we get over 10%, we'll be getting like 9 points. 9 points, or about around 9 points. So, we could definitely be over 92.50. So, I think it could happen, but we'll see what it does tomorrow. All right. Okay. All right, hood. Okay, man. Let's see. Okay. Now, the reason I don't like hood is because of this. It's making a pyramid on a monthly chart. Not good. Not good at all. Don't like that. Okay, I don't like that pyramid look. Okay, right now, this is going sideways. It's still in the downtrend. Okay, it's weak. Stochastics maybe looks good, but that's about it. Let's see here. Okay, so here you got some support right at 67. 67. Okay. So right at that 67, you got some support there. We got a squeeze firing down. Let me see. Zoom in here. Okay, here's a positive. Okay, here's a positive. You have a morning star. You have a morning star reversal right here. So you're in a downtrend. Then you had that bullish Harami, but then you gapped down, and then here you gapped up. Okay, you did reject all day, but you still got the bullish Harami. I mean, the morning star reversal. So tomorrow, if this rallies up and it could clear this high of 74.59, then you could go. This could confirm that, and you could go higher. And I don't know. Let's see. You go 76.14 and 78 and 82. Now, if you don't, you're going to come back and revisit or visit 67. Going to visit 67. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. CVX. All right, CVX. I posted this yesterday because we made a lot of money on CVX, Exxon, and Oxy this year. Not last year, but this year. We lost money last year, paying it back, or they're paying it back to us this year. This year's we've been on it since it's been in an uptrend, and that's a nice uptrend. But we did hit the top of the channel. At the top of the channel, I said 205 was support, and it's right there at 205. Okay. Now, what is it going to do now? I think we might sell off a little bit more, or go sideways, because you can't. If we go back up, it's just going to hit the same area at 209 and then come back down. Okay, this is why I got those hedges for in 2 weeks or for next week. I don't know if it was 2 weeks or for a week, but it was. I got hedges at least with a little bit of time on it, because I felt like this was going to happen, and I felt that because XOM as well is hitting the top of a channel as well, so they're going to pull back. So here, I think that we might even pull back a little bit more, back to 200. And I think it holds there, and then it comes around, and then it keeps going. Do I think it's done? No, absolutely not. I do not think we're donezo on CVX. No, I think we just started. See, this is that monthly breakout that I was waiting for all last year. It's got it this year. Okay. I was waiting for it all last year, didn't get it. This year, getting it. Squeeze firing, RSI beautiful, volume beautiful. This is beautiful. It's not. This is the same setup that we have that AR setup. It's very similar setup, and so I love it. I love this setup, and we've been long this, and that's why I keep buying long calls, and we're making money. But do I think that we're done? No, 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 not at all. I think we're going to 223, 266. Okay. Now, with that being said, um, we are in a channel, so we have to respect that channel. Okay, so that channel, we're at the top of it. So since we're at the top of it, I do think we're gonna either consolidate sideways, or we're gonna pull back here, consolidate, and then move up. So if I feel like it might hold that 205. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, I think it might hold that 205, but I think it's gonna go kind of like that. I think it's kind of just gonna go like that until it makes more room. I don't think Chevron is dead at all. I'm not gonna say that at all. But do I think it's gonna pull back? Yeah. And is it creating a little head and shoulders? Yeah. On the hourly at least. So I do think that we pull back some, and then we continue on. But do I think it's done and over with? No. 223 still coming. Still coming within the next 2 months. Yes. Within the next month, maybe. Yes. But it's still coming. So overall, still bullish, but there's a pullback. It's going to pull back. And maybe we pull back to 200 and then set up and then keep going. Or we hold that 205 and chop around. But yes, this is a exhaustion candle. This is a confirmation. So we either sideways or we pull back. Okay. All right. All right. Now, the infamous AMD. All right. AMD, it just didn't want to give us that gap fill. Just didn't want to give us that gap fill. That gap fill, what a huge gap fill. But it would not give up that 200 SMA. Wouldn't give it up for anything. And now it popped. Now, see, this is another reason why I was leaning towards a market rally. Because of this today. Because of this today, we've been doing nothing. Every pop gets bought. Every pot gets bought. Pop gets bought. Pop gets bought. I thought that was just the 200 SMA, and then, we were just going to drop and then pop it back. Didn't do it. Instead, we popped. Okay. RSI's above 50. Squeeze setting up. Once you get past 22217, we're going to go to 241. And then from 241, we go visit 250 and 255. So this one has a chance to go. We'll get out those puts and switch it up on calls if everything goes smoothly tomorrow. This could be also another trick where it gaps up, sells off, and then comes down right when everybody thinks it's going to run up. Marketplace sometimes. Here we have that same industry right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this was set up like a little bull flag. Gap up, sold off, then down, down. Okay. Not saying it's going to do that. I'm saying there's a possibility. But everything looking like it wants to go higher. So squeeze setup, RSI's above 50. Volume was good today of 144%. It closed above its 50 and 100 SMA. It just needs to close above that 222.17. And if we get above that, then we go 241. So this one could have runners. This one could have runners. And then set up and go and set up to break that 277 breakout that we had set up over there. Okay. Yeah, that's about it on that. Let's see. 4 hour, nothing. Looks good. Okay, was strong all day. Okay, so you want to look at stock options to look at for it to break out. It's the April 17th 240 calls. Those ones are good right there. Okay, if you want a little bit closer, 230 calls. Okay, they're almost a little bit more expensive, but you're going to get a better return. Not a better return, but you're going to get a better return of your money. If you want longer ones, then you could do May. What did I just see? May 260, 255. You do May 260. I would do May 260. May 15, 260. If you want it longer, because if we break out, big breakout tomorrow, then we're gonna go to 240 this week. This week 241, probably even a little bit more. Could even probably go 250 if this sets up. And we got such a big squeeze, and it's such a strong stock right now. We could hit 260 within the end of the month. If we get tomorrow strong, Friday strong, and then Monday and Tuesday strong, 260 is right there. And the squeeze pops off, yeah, that could definitely happen. So if you wanna play that, you could get the 260 calls for April 17th for $1.12. Okay, it's gonna be more of a lotto, but considering the breakout momentum and the squeeze and the potential for the market to be a reversal, and considering how AMD acted today, looking like market's getting breath and it's going to get funds to reverse, then I would say 260 calls for April 17th look mighty fine and cheap. So that could be another big banger right there. Okay. All right. So AMD. Tesla, cool. Yeah, I'll talk about Tesla. I'll talk about Tesla just for you. All right, Tesla. James, I will talk about Tesla just for you. All right, so Tesla, remember what I was saying about the QQQs, about having the descending triangle, and we broke to the downside, but then it's trying to come back up, and it's getting rejected at the 200. Well, this, my friend, is the same thing. So we had the descending triangle. We broke down. Okay, then we came back up. The false breakout to the downside. Then we got back up. Testing that 200. It's rejecting it. 20 SMA rejecting it. All right. Now, if this if tomorrow runs like I anticipate, I think it's going to happen, then we got stochastics turning. We got everything turning. Okay. Then we're gonna see us turn around and come back up and get that 200 SMA and get that 400 this week. We'll get 400 this week. If the market turns up, we'll get 400 this week. Above 400, we'll get 411. Above that, we'll get 427. Okay, above that, we'll get 440 and 450. Okay. Let me see on the 4 hours, see what that setup is like. Okay. So we're making a cup and a little handle. Okay. So we got the cup already. Now we're making a little handle. So this cup and handle, let's see where this cup and handle is going to take us. This cup and handle is going to take us to 430. That cup and handle will take us to 430. Okay, that's a big push from 386. So 430, that's 45 points. Okay, and that's gonna take us. It's a 4 hour, so you're gonna have to give it a couple days. So it's gonna probably take us like maybe 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 days to get there. Probably a week to get to 430. But we'll get 400 by Friday, if not tomorrow. And we'll get 410. Okay, then 420 and then 430. So that could happen by the end of the month. We could have Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So that's 4 days. That could happen. We could hit that. So So yeah, that's Tesla, and that's if the markets turn and go. If not, we reject here. We come back down. That's worst case scenario. We come back down if we can't get above that 388.98. Um, Tesla's just setting fall back down and sell off. But this is the line. That's the line that we broke down from. We came back and tested. Okay, that's the line that we need to get up and go from. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. Tesla. Okay. XYZ. Let's see here. All right, XYZ. Um, uh, all right, XYZ here. Again, this could be a double bottom, and setting up a bull flag on that weekly. It looks like it's going to take a little time. It's a weekly chart double bottom. That's going to take a couple weeks. So the weekly bull flag is going to take a couple weeks as well. So that breaks out 60, 68. We go 80. Okay. That's your target, 80. It looks good. Double bottom, bull flag, looks good. It goes to 80. Okay, but it's going to take a couple weeks. Going to take a few weeks. It's not gonna go there right away. It's a weekly setup, so it's gonna take a couple weeks. All right, Roku. All right, Roku. Consolidation. It's in the consolidation zone here, and it's in the lower end of the consolidation zone, and it's just consolidating. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but it's in the lower end. It's not even on the upper end yet. The RSI looks good, but it's choppy. So it has a nice cup and handle set up, but it's still chopping. It needs to get up on the above 100, and then maybe we could see some higher. But right now, it's just chop, straight chop, straight chopping. Okay. UAA, right? Let me see. Did I say UAA? Okay. All right. Under Armour. Well, I mean, Under Armour could have a little cup and handle on the weekly. You have support right here. You have support right here. But I mean, this is like more of like a leap situation. It looks like it can consolidate here for a little while. So I wouldn't play anything shorter than I would say. I would play. I would play some maybe January 21st, 2028, 7 calls or 10 calls. But yeah, I would play them a little closer to 578. I would actually let it hit 570. Let it hit there, and then play it right when it hits that 200 SMA. All right, let's see. PNAW, the consolidation, it hit. Okay, came back tested, it failed. Could it be an inverse head and shoulders? It could be, but these candles look too weak. So you got to see something happen, or else this is gonna just fall off. Because here you got a drop, back test failed. Okay, drop, came back and failed again. So either this has to turn, or this one's just gonna come right back down here. So you got to have some kind of area of support right here, which will be, yeah, because it's looking too much like a free fall. You got to be back above 158. Yeah, 158. You got to get back above there, and then that's going to be a nice inverse head and shoulders to get back inside here. But otherwise, it's a rejection coming down. Okay. AR looks great. Looks fantastic. Monthly chart, nice consolidation. It looks like that Chevron chart I said. The only thing is we need to break that 4880. That's it. It looks like it wants to do it. Volume is good. Squeeze is good. RSI is good. Okay, we break that 4880. We go 6190, 7868. We're going to have, I don't know if we have a channel yet, but not really. But nice, big, strong, high volume buy candles. That's a good indication we're going to break out. Let's see here. Right, we did got a channel right here, so we got this channel right there. Perfect bullish channel here. Our side looks good. Everything looks good. Doesn't look like it's going to stop. Next target is 46. You could even get some short-term calls on this. Looks good. Looks really good. Let's see. What short-term calls would I get? See, maybe some 45 calls. Maybe. I would get maybe some 50 calls May 15th. I think I already got those. I think I did get those, yeah. Yeah, the stock moved up pretty good. I mean, it's not an expensive stock. It went up 3%. Options didn't really move that much, but I think as it goes, I think the leaps are going to be a lot more valuable once this is over 50. I think this has a possibility of having our leaps, quadruple or 5x or even 10x. If you hold it long enough, you hold the 55 lottos. I mean, not lottos, 55 leaps that we got. I think this will. We go to 60, right? If we go to 61, and we do that by, say, July or June. I mean, our leaps are going to be 3-4 times, maybe even 5 times what they're worth. And then you let it go a little higher, say 65, we'll be 5 times plus. So I think the Leafs are a solid play on this. I think it's good. I think this is a, it's very, like I said this so many times, and I made so much money on these plays. Um, like you know, what can I say? I'll give you guys an example of so Costco I did this with. So right here, but you see how like this long consolidation here, okay, and then Costco ripped up. We made a ton of money on Costco. Okay, now Costco's consolidating again, right? Consolidating again, doing whatever it's doing. But from here, this was what, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Okay, on the third year, it decided to run. Right, that's a long time to wait for consolidation. Right, you got to get it when it's breaking out on the monthly because you make a lot of money on there. Okay, what else did I do it on? I did it on BA as well. I did it on BA as well. Um, Back over here, this is all consolidation. This ran up here. I made a ton of money there. And then here, it made a ton of money down. Exactly. So now this is all consolidation here. All of this is consolidation, right? And I'm hoping that it wants to break out again. So getting long those again. But it takes a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in its seventh year. It's a long time. What else? What else did I do this with? Amazon, I think I did it with. Yeah, Amazon, I did this with. Amazon, right here. This consolidation right here. We made a 10x on this play, but look, it was a year and a half that it was consolidating, going nowhere, and then boom, just ripped up. It went from 98 all the way to one one 180. Okay. Okay, so almost doubled, right? And we made a lot of money doing that. Okay. But you don't get these opportunities a lot, you know. Same thing with XOM. On the monthly right here. Again, this consolidation here, right there, for what? 1, 2, 3, 3.5 years, and then finally, on the it finally starts to go, and now we're making money. But here we didn't make any money, right? So these breakout points where these consolidations are, you gotta wait for a long time. So when we're looking at AR and we're saying this consolidation and we're trying to break out, we need to get that breakout because we don't want to be in consolidation, because this is consolidation 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is its fifth year, right? It's finally breaking out. So then as we go breakout, we're going to break out fast and hard, and we got to capitalize on that situation. And it has a squeeze set up, everything set up. I've seen this 1,000 times. I've done it with so many stocks, and it made me a lot of money. But you don't see them that often. You don't see the consolidation. We see consolidation, but you don't see the consolidation with the setup, the about to break out. I mean, I did this with IBM as well, but I had to wait on IBM for a while. So IBM, like here, look at this consolidation on IBM. It was insane, and it was forever. I was like, I always felt like it was gonna break out, and it never would. Finally, it broke out, and it freaking ripped. It freaking ripped. I think we did it with GE as well. Let's see, GE as well. Yeah, GE as well. This consolidation right here. See, I had this down here. I was measuring it, but all right. This consolidation right here, and then it ripped. And look at freaking monster, right? So you make a lot of money with these situations. You do. They're hard to find, and then also when you find them, they do it for years. So you gotta be patient. So look, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, fifth year, right at the 6th year, it decided to run. But look at that. You waited 6 years for this thing to break out, but you got rich in 2, right? You got rich in 1. Okay, in 2, you freaking got insanely rich, especially if you held options on this one. It went from $60 to 340, 350. That's insane. But I'm talking about these. There's a lot of them out there. I mean, there's not a lot of them out there. These ones are I get once in a while, and when you do like this situation, this is a good situation. Okay, Costco. It looked very similar. It's freaking. Forgot what other one I was. There's been quite a few, but I love these setups. I love them, and they make you a lot of money. You just got to play it right. Play it right. You're gonna make a ton of money. Don't get out right at 20%. Don't get out at 30%. Don't get out at 50%. Don't get out at 100%. Let it run for you. Let it run for you. Get out at 5x, 10x, and then you'll be happy. You got those leaps, right? That's what I'm saying. I've been doing this for a long time, guys. You gotta, when you have opportunities like this, you gotta take them, and you gotta take care of them, and don't even look at it. Don't even look at it, because if you look at it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm up 75% on these leaps, or I'm up 100%, or I'm up 120%," and then you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna take it and play something else that's not even as good," and then this thing's gonna be 60, and that could have been like 600%, 700%er. So opportunities knocking, take it. I'm hoping that this doesn't get a false breakout, because sometimes they do that. I hope but it looks great. It doesn't look like it has any problems. But if we could set up, that's what it looks like it's setting up. Actually, looks like it's setting up a little channel here. So where's that gonna take us? Yep. So that's what I'm afraid of right there. That channel is setting us right towards that 48. Don't like that. So I'm hoping we break out that 48.80, because if we don't, it was a good try. It was a good try. Maybe next year, but I hope it does. I hope it does break out. It looks great on everything, but hoping this channel doesn't mess up, and then it takes another year, and then boom, it breaks out and then follows the channel. That's what I'm afraid of on this one right here, right there, right now. You just got to break that 48.80. If we can't break that 48.80, we're going to spend another year consolidating, and then we'll break out next year. So keep that in mind as well. So, hey, but if we get to 48.80, that's good too, because I mean the leaps will still be worth a lot more money. So we'll still be worth a lot more money when we get there, because we'll get there probably next month. All right. So I mean, if you guys ever see any of these plays that look like this, let me know. Freaking A. That those are the plays. Those are the great plays. That's why I threw you guys in the oil, because that's what I saw. The oils, they were there. I knew they were gonna happen. Now they're happening. CVX. I knew it was gonna happen with this long consolidation. Now it's happening, right? I mean CVX is barely going. That's why I said, look at that. Look at this long consolidation for what, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and that we're barely breaking out on the 5th year. Okay, and this consolidation is telling us we're gonna go to 260. Why wouldn't I want to be long this? It's squeeze firing. Everything's looking good. Looks great. Okay. That's where you make that money at. That's where you make that big money. That money. That's why I bought Leaps last year, but it didn't want to. I thought it was going to go. Then it screwed me over. Didn't go. Now it's going. But these are the situations that you like. This is the situations that you love. These are life-changing situations where you look at these and you're like, I buy some Leaps. I don't look at them. It runs all year. I 10x 1,000 my calls, and then boom, you put 10 grand in one of these, and boom, you're sitting on 100 grand by the end of the year, and then everything you did in between is just extra. Okay, these are the best ones to grab. Okay, so when you tell me oil's done, no, it's not done. It's not done. It just started. It just started. So, all right. Sorry about the rant, but let's move on. Where was I at? IVG, IGV. Actually, IGV. Okay, IVG. Okay, not looking good on the monthly chart at all. Okay. Not looking good on the monthly chart. We got one shoulder. We got the head. Even if you bounce here, you got another head and shoulders. Could drop. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, we got a bear flag right here on the daily. Not looking good. We got the broke of the uptrend for sure. Okay, break of the uptrend for sure. All right. All right, here. It just doesn't look good for long calls at least. It looks good for puts, but I mean that could change tomorrow. But was this tech software ETF? It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look. It looks like it wants to come back to 77.50. I mean it's below the 20. Everything's sloping down. Maybe it hits 77.50 again. But it's not looking. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. Let me see. RSI rejecting 50 as well. You got a downward channel here. You got a slight bullish divergence, but still in a downward channel. Just nothing screams calls to me on this at all. So, I mean, I might be wrong, but it doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Okay. All right, TMUS. All right. TMUS, still bull flag on the weekly at least. Okay. Bull flag on the weekly. Okay, holding that bull flag support 210.48. Holding those moving averages. Okay, it couldn't have got lower than 202.40, so right here it's holding. Okay, now it has to get over this guy right here, the 20 SMA. Once it gets over that, then we got to get over that 200 SMA. That's those two are pretty bad. Okay, RSI testing 50. But I mean the structure is still set up for the monthly. I mean the weekly, so it still looks good overall for a longer term. But it's a weekly or even a monthly. It could be a monthly. Is it a month? No, it's a weekly. So weekly bull flag is going to take a little bit. Weekly bull flag is going to take a little bit. Okay, set it up, push it up a little bit. I think it could maybe this week probably gets up. It probably gets up this week. If we get a strong day on tomorrow, then I feel like this could move up at least halfway, if not all the way. We'll see. Maybe if it's a strong day tomorrow, this could have one too. All right. All right, Netflix. Netflix holding that daily support. That's all it needs to do. Hold that daily support. It has an inside day today. Tomorrow might be a good day. It might have a very strong day, and we go back to 96. So we'll see if tomorrow is one of those days, and then it confirms that bullish Harami, and it confirms it tomorrow, and then we start setting up to go higher. But I think this one looks great. I think Netflix looks great. RSI bouncing off the 50. Okay, that setup looks great. I said 90.63 was that support. It's holding that beautifully. is making a reversal. Tomorrow, if we confirm, then we should start setting up to go higher. Okay, I told you I didn't think it would lose that 90.63, and it never did. All right, Google. Okay, Google. So Google lost its bullish divergence squeeze setting up. It lost the court case today, I think, too, right? Yeah. But they're always in and out of court. It's all these big media people. We have an indecision candle inside day for Google. So we got an indecision candle inside day for Google. Sorry, I needed to take some caffeine gum. So tomorrow, okay. Tomorrow, if we get close over the high of this indecision candle, which is 296, then we go higher. This is the bottom. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So if we close above 296 tomorrow, this is an inside day indecision candle. We go higher above 296. If we can't go higher than 296 tomorrow, which is today's high, then we're gonna go lower. And how low are we gonna go? Well, shoot, 269. There's no other support there besides that. So we're already at that support, and then below is just that 269. So we got to hold that, and then we got to get above that 296. We do that, this thing is good. This thing will turn around and get back above that bullish divergence, and we'll be all good. So if tomorrow's a good day, we should have a good day at Google as well. Okay. All right, PayPal. All right, PayPal. PayPal is just kind of doing nothing. It has a bull flag setup, but it looks like a weekly bull flag setup. So it should be going either next week or this week. I mean, we'll see, but it's kind of just going nowhere right now, sideways. So, had that big drop, and then it had some news, and then it's kind of just flatlining. RSI is right at 50 though. It's waiting for some news. That's what it's waiting for. I think that's what it's waiting for, some news. So not going to do much until news. All right, Microsoft. Well, Microsoft, well, it's right next to that gap fill. It's right there. It's right there. What was that? The high is 367.77. Yeah. So, are we close enough to it? Probably. Probably very close to it. Tomorrow we probably hit it, and then we turn and burn. Because if there's going to be good news tomorrow, say they said they're having that meeting at 10 a.m. So an hour after the market opens. So the market's probably going to open, probably slide down. Okay, we'll probably slide down on the market when it opens, and then 10 comes, and then boom, we're gonna out of nowhere, things are gonna start flying and ripping, and news is gonna come out. But anticipate tomorrow, market's gonna crash initially, and then it's going to take off. Okay, so if um if that happens, we hit 367.77 on Microsoft, even lower. I would say all day. I would say get 380 calls all day. Even some 390 calls, because once that hits, you're gonna blink. In 2 days, we'll be back at 390. So once we hit there, you're gonna blink and we're gonna come back to 390. We probably will hit there, and we'll probably be back at 380 by tomorrow. So if we hit that tomorrow morning, we'll probably be back at 380 by the afternoon. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If the market's really gonna go, like I'm like seeing everywhere that it looks like the charts and everything, and Trump's having its meeting tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Then or so it's 10 in the morning. So okay, that's 30 minutes. Only 30 minutes before market opens. Not an hour. My bad. So 30 minutes of craziness, and I always say you gotta wait. You gotta wait 3 candles anyway. So it's gonna be the third candle that Trump gets his meeting, and it's gonna take off. So that third candle is gonna probably be the one. So we're probably gonna maybe pop first candle, then slice down second candle. Third candle is gonna pop it back up. So that's what I'm saying. Microsoft in the morning down, lottos all day, and then even calls. I think 380 comes tomorrow afternoon, if not Friday. But if tomorrow we see 380, then Friday we see 390, and it's just gonna start getting back over to 396. That's where it wants to be. Yeah, because now and then we're gonna. This is what we're gonna do on the weekly. I could already see it. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this candle like this. Okay, we're gonna sell off. Maybe not that lower than 367, but we're gonna get below 367 by a little bit. Okay, and then from there, we're gonna come back up, boom, and close the week at 390. I could almost guarantee it. And then we're gonna have this here. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have a lower tail, and then a hammer candle right there. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be right on that 200 SMA. So that's exactly what we're going to do this week. So let's see if it happens. And if you already know the game plan, then what do we do? Tomorrow when we hit 366 or 367.77, we're going to get 380 lottos for what? Like, they're going to be worth probably like 30 cents. Get some lottos for that. So we're already anticipating lottos for SLV. We're anticipating lottos for Microsoft, and SPY. You could grab some SPY lottos too, but or SPX if you want. But I think that's what's going to happen to Microsoft, and it only makes sense because you have the 200 SMA right here. You always want to put hammer candles on the 200 SMA. We have the gap fill here. We're already almost there. This is a perfect setup. Perfect setup. You guys want to make some money? We got opportunity. We got opportunity in leaps. We have opportunity in lottos. This is the exciting parts for being in chop for freaking like months. Finally, when we're about to get out and we're setting up all our plans and we have opportunities, we're going to make that chop money back, and we're going to make it back quick. Okay? So let's see if this does that, because I don't see Microsoft, going any lower. I mean, it hasn't hit its 200 SMA weekly in forever. Maybe since November, maybe, and that's not even. I don't even think that has. I don't even think so. Let's see. Weekly. So the weekly 378. 378. This one's 370. So that's three. Maybe here in November of 2022. So that's a long time ago. November 2022. It's a long time ago. So, and there's a lot of support here as well. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen with Microsoft. You know, um, so we're gonna go there. Boom, come here by the afternoon, so we could have a bullish engulfing tomorrow. We're probably maybe even gap down a little bit. Come here, boom, have a bullish engulfing on this candle, close at 380, and then Friday, boom, 390, and then boom, we got a hammer candle off of the weekly 200 SMA. Okay, money right there. Money right there. You buy those options for 20, 30 cents and then sell them for $1.30, $1.50. That's maybe even $2, depending on if you want to hold it through to the 390. Oh my God. You want to hold it to the 390, you're going to sell it for $2. So that's opportunity right there. Let's see if it happens. We'll come back next week and see, did it happen, right? And we got to also next week, we're going to figure out if CRWV happened. And if we break out tomorrow, we see all this shit happen, all right? See all of that. All right. Let's see. All right, next. Let's see. Net. Okay. So net. Okay. Net looks good. This setup looks good. I like it. Okay. Oof, sorry, I got the chills. Let's see here. All right. All right. So this is a bullish pennant. Okay, we're gonna get 240, 260 as targets. Okay, there you go. Set up. You break up above 221.30. Nice little long there, or a nice little swing there. All right, Meta. All right, Meta. Did it hit our target? Yes, it did. 586.30. 586.30. Oh wait, we missed it by $1. Yeah, we missed it by $1. Okay, well that's not bad. Meta just kind of chopping around here. But I mean, obviously, if it Stochastics looks like it wants to turn around for sure. RSI not really doing much. You know, we are at double bottom over here for this low right here. But there is a big gap down here, but there's another one right there. So I don't know if we're gonna get those or not. What does it look like to me? Doesn't really look like nothing right now. Looks like a little bear flag actually. But again, we have that bull flag there. We set up. We could go. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited for tomorrow. Getting excited. Okay, I gotta. You guys remind me tomorrow. We gotta get those lottos for SLV and Microsoft. Okay, I gotta write that down. Yeah, write that down right here. All right, we got SLV, Microsoft, lottos. We got 80 call lottos, and then we got 67 and 70 lottos for next week. All right, my Meta looks weak. It looks downward channel. Okay, We had that bull flag, but it looks like it's dwindling down. We don't want to come down here. We did hit our target after hours. But you know, Meta, Meta, you need a Meta looking weak. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if we get over 600, this is easy right here. Meta, we get over this downtrend at 600. That's 602. Let me see. Downtrend. We're gonna go 601. We get over this downtrend at 601. Okay, and that's this resistance here. We get over that downtrend at 601. Then you have something. Then you have something. Because if we could get over that downtrend, okay, we could come through. If we get over 608, 64, then you're golden. Then you're golden. Then you're going up. Then you're going up. And you're going at 635. All right. And, you know, I have to be biased because if the whole market's going to run, you know, Meta's going to run as well. But best thing I like is that Microsoft play. It's beautiful. And, you know, getting longs at that low as well, it's only going to go up. It's only going to go up. And it's going to go up fast. That Microsoft is going to, it's going to be like a reaction, like a rubber band, just flinging it all the way down and then let it go. It's going to shoot. It's going to shoot up. So I have a reflexive recovery. So, all right. So Meta above 601, above 608, go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Meta. Okay. AVGO. All right. AVGO. Okay. AVGO has been holding steady on that 308. It's almost like AMD, right? You know, AMD's another lotto right there. That one could go to 240, right? All right. Anyways, this has been holding like AMD has been holding. This one has a bear flag as well, though, like Meta. Okay, but it broke the downtrend here, going sideways, but it's still a bear flag. But again, if this thing goes, it has to get above 332.74. If it could get back above 332.74, then it's doing good. It's looking good. Okay, if it gets past 350, you're doing very well. Okay, you just don't want to lose 308. You don't want to lose 308.50. Okay. I don't like this consolidation. I don't like this area. But if we don't drop 308.50, then you're good to go back up. Okay. So 308.50 is your line in the sand. You don't want to go lower. I want to say, all right, don't go lower than 307. That's it. 307, cut it. Cut it. You got a bear flag. You got RSI below 50. You got a squeeze pointing down. Yeah, you don't want none of that. Under 307, no. You get 308.50 and above, yes. Okay. All right, circle. All right, circle. All right, circle. Circle. Nasty sell-off. Big volume. Never good. Today, we have an inside day holding that 103.50. Okay, inside day. You got to be above 20 SMA tomorrow. And if that happens, then you could have a reversal. But this, considering that it dropped off so much and on high volume, you could have a reversal, but you're gonna be chopping around here for a little while. You're gonna be chopping around there for a little while. Okay, unless we get some big volume to clean up all this big volume that we dumped off. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right. SCDG. Okay. SEDG. All right, this one looks good. Solar Edge, this looks good. Nice bull flag. Here's your breakout. Okay, here's your support. Okay, bull flag. Here's your targets. 59, 63. Easy. That one was already done. All right, cool. BSX. All right, BSX. Okay, BSX bullish divergence. Okay, sitting on 68.50 support. It looks like it wants to bounce off of that bullish divergence. Is it ready yet? I don't know. You got to get past that 20 SMA. 20 SMA is the resistance now. Okay, once you break that 20 SMA, you will go to that 50 SMA. But looks like it has a potential for good bounce there. Okay. Tesla already did. Okay, NS. Okay, NS. Nothing's coming up on NS. Nothing coming up on NS. It doesn't pull up. Sorry about that, but Thinkorswim doesn't support those charts. Okay, BABA. Okay, BABA. BABA here had earnings and didn't do nothing. Wow, that's the first. Okay, so this is the same setup that it looks like SLV's had. Let me see if it has a inverse head and shoulders. Okay, it had an inverse head and shoulders here. Okay, it fired it. Okay, so it back tested that inverse head and shoulders. So it does have the same setup that SLV has. So inverse head and shoulders. Okay, back testing it holds. If it could hold 127, then you could come back. Oh shit. Then you could come back to this area, 130, and 134. Okay, so there you go. Inverse head and shoulders right here. Fired up. Came back. Tested it. Tomorrow, if it holds it, you go back to 130, 134. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Simple as that. All right. Next, coin. Coin. Okay. Coin. All right, coin. 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 Okay, let's see. Where did coin close at? 181. Where did this one close at? 181.04. So it did not have an inside day, but it did have an inverted hammer at the close, which could be a reversal. The only way you would know if it's a reversal if tomorrow we close above 190.71. Wait, is that right? 190.71, yeah. Why does this say 1? This says the high. Where am I looking at? The high, 190.71. So why is that? 190.71. Close above on the daily. Let's see, close above on the daily. All right, yeah, there you go. 190.71. We got to close above that tomorrow, and if that happens, then this is a reversal. We come up. Okay, if not, we're going to 176. All right. All right, PLTR. All right, let's see. PLTR. All right, PLTR. Look, we have this bull flag. Okay, we tried to break out here. We failed. We tried to break out here. We failed. Okay, we're holding above 153.26. Maybe it's just waiting for tomorrow because the RSI is still holding. This was a good potential breakout. That was a good potential breakout. Then we had that rejection and came back. We held the support. Okay, we tried and we came in right here. But let's check it out. Okay, so we're making a little bull flag. Failed, right? We tried to break, failed. Okay, came out here, we failed. Okay, got to hold that 153.26. Then maybe we take off this time. We'll see how the tomorrow goes, but I mean overall, it just needs to hold that 153.26, and we could go higher. Yep, that's what it is. Okay. All right, CRWV already did. AMD I already did as well. Okay, U. Okay, U. Okay. All right. U. Energy fuels. Okay. All right. So we got downtrend. It's hitting the downtrend here. Was this a channel? Let me see. Oh, could it be? I don't know if that's a channel, but it could possibly be. So that hit that. That's holding. Okay. I mean, no simple way to put this. Downward channel. You got a lot of volume right here, lots of volume right here, and then coming up, we rejected the 20 SMA. We're holding the 100 SMA. We're at the channel. We need to get through this. Is there a setup that we're looking at to get through this? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, a setup here. Not really. Maybe if I go down a little bit. Okay. You broke out this inverse head and shoulders, and then you failed. And now maybe this is a bull flag. It's a stretch though. It's a stretch. But you possibly have a bull flag there. So what I'm trying to say is you either break out tomorrow or you don't. You break out tomorrow or you're falling back down here to 16 or the 200 SMA. But it looks like it possibly has an hourly bull flag. It's a little stretch, but if that does, you need to break out that 20 SMA and you need to come towards this 50 SMA right there at 21. All right. Okay. BA already did. Okay, MP. Okay, MP. All right, MP. Okay. MP dropped here. It's holding. It's holding right here. As long as it holds right here, I think this goes back. And is this another inverse head and shoulders? Let me see. Yeah. Another inverse head and shoulders. Wow. All right. So we got an inverse head and shoulders. We got a shoulder. We got the head. Got another shoulder. Okay. Try to break out. Failed. Maybe it does. So if we could break through 54, we'll go to 57. Okay. If we can't lose 52, that's it. Okay. But yeah, inverse head and shoulders right there. So we could probably go to 57, break that, push that through. Okay. Then we got to get back above this wall right here. Something happened, something news, because that's news volume right there. But it's holding, so maybe some other news will get it back up. And with these kind of places, news happens a lot. So I don't think it's out of the game though, because this is very strong support. So don't think it's out of the game yet. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you guys. Let's see. BCE. Okay, BCE. BCE for leaps. This one is a good. Yeah, this one looks good for a possible swing. Let's see for leaps. Let's see, clear this out. Possibly. It needs to get out of this consolidation here. Maybe it did. Maybe it just got out. Let me look at the weekly. Okay. Yeah, just got out of the consolidation. It's making a bull flag. This looks good for a little leap. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, it needs to break that 100 SMA, and then we could get to that 200 SMA, which would be a perfect target because this is where this is at. And this is where this previous consolidation is at. So if we could get through that 100 SMA at 26.55, then it could go 31.36. So that's a good one. All right, guys. I've been on here for 2.5 hours, so thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for your night. And remember, for tomorrow, we're going to have a great day. And I will see you guys next week. Good night.